Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
I'm doing fine. I'm doing just fine. You know what? Really? Oh, guys. I didn't say I. I was beginning to complain and I was like, no, say I before to people. Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch Attack on Titan Season 4, Episode 14. Today I already watched Episode 13. If you want to see my reaction video about that, I'm gonna put the link into the eye, and I'm gonna watch also the two last episodes of the part 1 of this Season 4. That's gonna be something. Even more because before the last episode I told you guys I'm not desperate, but I don't have a lot of hope. That's why I'm wearing black with a little of green today, you know, because I have the feeling that something really bad is gonna happen, that we're gonna have the attacks with the Marleyans, with Zeke, with Eren. Who is gonna fight with who, I don't know. Maybe we have traitors on some sides like Reiner. Maybe in fact he's with Zeke and not really with the Marleyans, the other Titans, but maybe yes, maybe in fact Zeke is totally with them but not totally with Eren, but maybe Eren is not totally with Zeke neither. Like, clearly I was already stressed, you know, before the last episode, and now that we had the last episode, during the last episode I already cried because I discovered that Sasha's dad was the one, you know, who welcomed Gabi and Falco into his family. I discovered that just 10 seconds before they discovered it. I mean, Gabi and Falco, but also Nicolo, who threatened to kill them, these two kids, and our guys intervened for that to stop. And Sasha's dad didn't want any revenge and said, all of that, getting revenge, killing people, it needs to stop at some point. You have to stop just wanting to kill and kill and kill. And we had also that girl that Sasha saved who wanted to kill Gabi. Like, for me, I said it during the review of the last episode, that scene was really important and interesting to analyze, okay, where they are all coming from, what blood they have also, you know, what ancestors they have also, but also their age. I think that it's important to determine where they are standing right now, why they are thinking like that right now, and why, you know, the kids, they want an instant revenge, like they are just letting their anger express itself, when our guys who are a little older, they want things to stop, they don't want fight, blood, to kill people, but at the same time they are still, you know, saying stuff like what Jan said to Nicolo, what Nicolo said to Jan, what Nicolo did also during that moment, but at the end he didn't do it. And finally we have Sasha's dad, who is totally against it, who doesn't want to replicate the same mistakes again and again. For me there is really a question of age during this moment, to represent also how with time and with seeing all of what it means, you know, to be into that revenge spiral. The fact that it can't end if you're just doing that. You can see that only with time, with experiences, with seeing a lot of your loved ones being killed, but also being involved into other people being killed. Like, it was a question of age, it's also a question of position, if you're a soldier or not. That was rough, but that was also really symbolic, and Gabi saw that they wanted to protect her, to defend her, they didn't want to kill her, that it's not right, but at the same time, at the end, Eren arrived. And we know how much Gabi wants to kill Eren herself, so I'm not sure that it's gonna calm her heart. You know, the scene that happened just before that with all of this Sasha situation it can change her, it can make her think a little more about the fact that people are not all white or all black. But the fact that she's confronted to Eren just after that, she still wants to kill Eren. For sure. Like, it has to be awful for her to be right there, and I think that she's also afraid of him. And she has rights, you know, to be afraid of him, because the guy is like, I just want to talk. When he cut himself and he's threatening, in fact, to transform into a titan if he's not gonna have this conversation, like... To defend him, I think that he did that for Gabi to not do anything, but he didn't do it to threaten Mikasa and Armin, and I think that at the end he really wants to talk with Mikasa and Armin and not really with Gabi. What do you want to tell them? To explain why you changed so much? Armin and Mikasa wanted to talk with Eren. They still had that hope that Eren can understand the situation, can change, can stop what he's doing right now. We saw that Armin still has that up. We saw that Mikasa, she doesn't understand what he's doing right now, and she still has hope, you know, about the fact that he would do anything to protect his friends. So that conversation is going to be really important for their relationships, for sure, between these three, but also for the future, and if at some point they're going to be against each other or not, and it's killing me in advance if it's going to be the case or not. We have also all of the situation with the wine, which was that some officers, you know, drunk, and maybe they can use that. I think that Yelena made it because of Zeke's plan. Zeke planned it. I think that he wants to do that during the rumbling test, you know, to transform these officers, to do something with that. And I think that it's also, you know, planned with the Marleyans and all. I mean, with the Marleyans, no, because the Marleyans, they want to intervene. For me, Reina is with Zeke, but I think that the rest of them, they are not with Zeke. Even more because Zeke lied about being dead or not. I really have trouble to understand who is working with who, is an ally with who, is a traitor or not. It's really during the attack that I'm gonna be like, okay. okay, I understand something. The only thing that I'm sure of is the fact that our guys, our survey cops, they don't know anything, and they're gonna lose, you know, during this attack, no matter what, because they don't know anything about people's plans, and they can't anticipate stuff, and they can't be sure of anyone. We're into a bad situation and a bad position, you know, our survey cops, our guys, they're really into a bad position, even more now that Eren doesn't want to negotiate, and right there he arrested some of our guys. The fact that I can't recognize him, that I can't connect with him, I need informations, Eren. You need to give me stuff to understand what you are doing right now, why you are doing that. The fact that he wants his revenge and the fact that he's angry, it's that since day one, season 1, episode 1. Again, even before the attack, the first thing that I said about that kid, it was, oh, he's full of rage, that kid. Even before the attack, even before his mother died, I said that. So it's not a surprise for him to have this hate, you know, this anger, and to have this desire of revenge. But why now it's taking all of the place? Why now you're not listening to your friends anymore? Why now you're only listening to yourself? You gave yourself that mission, or I said it, maybe in fact it's his ancestors, you know, the titans before him with these memories who gave him that mission. Why now you're like that? For me, there is a reason. He can't switch just like that. We missed something. I missed something. We'll see. But I hope that I'm gonna discover that right now, during this episode, during this conversation, or no matter what, today, you know, before the end of this part 1. I really hope so. I need that, you know, to begin the part 2 of the season 4, knowing what is happening with Eren at least. I don't want to connect with him again that quick, but at least to understand him, it would be great. Okay, I'm gonna stop this intro and let's go for this episode 14. Like usually, remember that you have my Patreon on which we have 6 episodes of advance. It's a lot, it's 2 weeks of advance, so it's really a lot. If you can be interested by that, it's the best way to support me. I'm a little reactor, so if you want to support me, to help me, because YouTube, you know it, is not really nice with me since the beginning of the year, and for Attack on Titan, even less than that, you know, even before that they were awful. So if you want to help me, you can support me on my Patreon, and that's why I'm giving you these advantages of 6 episodes of advance, extended or full reaction part. If you want, you can join us, and if you can't, it's okay. You can support me right now on YouTube by liking, subscribing, commenting, sharing, that kind of stuff. I'm saying it for YouTube, it's the only thing, you know, which count really. Numbers. They only see numbers. Let's go for this episode. I still have my tissues, I have water. Let's go. It was ironic, you know, for me to wear black today. No, it was not. I think that someone is gonna die. Someone else. No one. Don't ask me to choose, or I'm gonna choose Flock again. I don't hate the guy. I saw someone saying, oh, another girl who hates Flocker. That's really, you know, surprising. I don't hate him. I understand him, but for me he's really representing the basic guy who thinks the basic stuff, and it's just annoying, in fact, for me, you know. I mean, as a character, he's not interesting, you know, to follow and all, like, or at least to just understand what the basic guy can think into this situation. I don't hate him, I just have trouble to find him interesting. None of you has to die. He never wanted to kill anyone, I mean. I'm feeling okay, I'm feeling okay, I'm feeling okay. I'm preparing myself. Savagery? Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, Gabi. I just want to talk like when you're sweating, man. Also, Eren, you want to talk now? Talk. No, I don't think so. He gave himself that mission, but... Oh, Mikasa, for you to come back to that moment and for him to react like that? Yes? Like it's battled inside of him. Before that, Armin was close also to Annie. No. No. Yes, the lights around you and all, I wondered about that. Mikasa. Yes. But what? You're saying what? You're saying that Your ancestors are haunting you, like you're saying what they're all saying, you know. I don't... I'm sorry, I'm gonna make a break. See, I didn't think of it, but physically, I didn't want to hear him and I was closing my ears. I'm sorry. Oh, I need to concentrate again on the action. I didn't get what I was doing. Yes, you were mad like that when you were young, you know. What? Oh, the fact that you... I mean, you could have attacked him, and the fact that right there... Mikasa, you defended him. Oh, she's in love with you! Oh, I don't want for you to do that. No. And what, you're gonna say that you predicted it also? What, Eren? Eren! You're so cold and you close yourself to your friends because you convince yourself of all of that? Maybe because, yes, you know, a lot of what he said was true about their blood and their instinct. But you chose to believe into it, Eren, for your life to be directed only by that. Oh, when you're saying let's go, Mikasa, she only answers, where? Oh, I need to think about all of what he just said. I think that he revealed all of that to Eren, about the blood, about the ancestors and all, but Eren chose to believe into it because it was helping him believe into that and only that. It's easier, you know. Levi, you didn't drink it? Levi, you didn't drink it. You promised it to Armin. Yes, because they drank it. Levi, for you to remember it also. Not you, Levi! Not you, Levi! Not you, Levi! Some of your soldiers, yes, but not you, Levi. Not you, Levi. Not you, Levi. Run, my dear. I was right at the end. My emotions. Oh, how many breaks I'm gonna make during this final episode, you know, of the part 1, like, it's insane. I'm gonna finish my day, you know, without any lights. All of you also, but you didn't transform. Il t'a pas. Levi again is losing his soldiers. His pain is never gonna end, right? They can climb like that? Oh, Levi, come on, my dear, you can do it. Levi, come on! Not anymore! Levi! Levi? I'm not gonna... Ah, no. It's not gonna be fun, it's not gonna be... I want to take you like that. You're the best! I love you with all of my heart. Oh, I'm feeling so sad for you. It means that he had to kill all of these titans, you know. He had. No, you're gonna... You're not gonna die. He did because of you! You did! You killed them! Son of a bitch! You want to try to play with his mind? You can't. You can't. Levi, be careful, I swear. Do it for Armin, do it. Please. Do it now! He deserves. I'm the girl who wants peace. Yes. And I'm saying that right now. Break, little break. No, I don't want him to be killed. I don't want to kill him. I'm glad that Levi didn't do it. Because he's clever and he knows what is right, the right thing to do. I love him for that. Levi! Each time I'm like, I can't love you more, and I love you more each time. But see, first instinct, I want to kill him. Second instinct, I'm like, no, it's not right. Oh, fuck! Wait for it, wait for them. Thanks to him, your lives are reset. Oh, you have Jaegerist among the cadets?
家がとか言われている我々が銃口でも向けない限り貴様らのような小便小僧など誰も相手にしないそれは確か
I thought that you truly killed him.
外したとりあえず足でも打って話を早くしようと思ったんだ
You're that bad!
あなたには関係あります頭の硬さしか取り柄のない老人なんて不要なんですよ
What? You have a plan in mind? It means with Eren, with Zeke? Why do you need them? These people, all of these people, they are just anti-system immune. That's why they want to follow Eren also alive. I think that you're gonna use them. You're gonna die. They're gonna use you. A fucking menace! That's what you are! Oh, fuck! Fucking fascist minis. Clearly, that's what they are.
ダイソーの新刊をつなぐワイヤーをお前の首にくくってやる。
Oh, the 1 minute ago I was crying and I was mad and now I'm... Oh,
こうなると死なねえってのも難儀だな。同情なんかしねえが。うるせえな。こうやって切っておかねえとてめえが巨人になっちまうだろうが。
I understand it's bad. Tell me that you're taking really zero pleasure. Yes? Why?
いいぞジーク。いい球を投げるようになったな。
Your dad or your granddad?
将来は野球選手になるか？ダメだよ。クソ坊主が。死ね。
Ah, you know that right now I want to make fingers at the screen. I want to make fingers at my screen right now. I want to... I'm really a violent person. Ooh, I was scared about what I just did. That was really representing how violent I can be in real life. Like really, I'm like that 1 second, and the second after that, no, I don't have the time and the energy to be mad, that mad, to be violent. Like I'm not someone like that. I'm not someone violent. Like even if I have some impulsive, you know, violent thought and all, like everyone. And right there, you know, it was an impulsive thought. At the end, no, I'm not someone violent. And you saw it during that moment. The first thing that I said when Levi was like, I'm not gonna kill you right now, my first instinct that was, yes, kill him right now. Like, we need to finish it. I want him to die. And for what he just did, you know, to all of these soldiers, that was awful. To force Levi to kill all of these soldiers, that was even more awful, even more, because Levi, just before doing that, he said, you know, maybe they are still there, maybe they can come back, but you can't ask yourself that question during that moment. They're close to kill you, you have to defend yourself, you have to kill them. But yes, Levi would have done it no matter what. He did it before. I shouldn't have doubted, you know, of him for doing that, but that was awful. So yes, during that moment, I wanted Levi to kill him, even more because of that memory with Erwin. I remember that promise. I'm repeating that promise since episodes, since we have Levi working with Zeke, you know. But the real thing is a but. I understand why you didn't kill him. I understand because you know that it's not the right thing to do, you know that you can still learn from him, you know that it's not all, you know that Zeke has a plan, you know that it's not okay, so you didn't do it. And that was my second reaction, my second thought. Oh Levi, I love you so much. Each time I have the impression that I can't love him more, and each time he's doing something and yes, I love him more. Oh, this episode was amazing. I'm gonna put the full action part for it on my Patreon, be sure of it. Because so many things happened. I need to think about it. Eren, that conversation that he had with Mikasa and Armin. I think that what Zeke told him, or Yelena told him, I don't know who told him so. I think that, yes, when you learned that, you know, about the blood, about the fact that he was feeling like that, about the fact that he was against all of these people because he considered them as slaves, and it was bad, you know, it was something that he couldn't approve, he was against because he just wants to be free. We had him a lot during the season 1 talking about it, you know, the livestock and all of that. And a lot of things that he said during that moment made sense, and after that to have, in a way, the proof of it with these memories, with Mikasa, yes, who obeyed to you during that moment by killing these guys, by fighting because you said so, and we saw this electric stuff around her when she did it, and it happened during another time for Mikasa to be like that. And right there she defended him, and we saw, you know, that she didn't defend him because she wanted to, like it was something that she did, an instinct thing. Maybe you're right about that, and you might be right about that, Eren, about yourself, about also the Ackermans. But I think that you're wrong because you convinced yourself that people are, you know, people's actions are dictated only by that. You think that they have really no free will. And it's really a contradiction in a way, because you're saying that all of them, you know, at least, you know, these examples that he said, they are just dictated by their blood, by their ancestors, by stuff like that, that they have no free will, but you said that you have your free will. Like, it's a contradiction, what you just said, but it's also wrong because you think that it's only that. Even if, you know, a lot of things that he said make sense, and I need to think more about it, you know, about all of what it means. Even if it's the case, at the end, I don't believe that it's the only thing which is dictating your own actions. You can resist, and Mikasa, she resisted it a few times. She's a proof of it. That no, it's not the only thing which is determining for you. I'm thinking about Historia. It's the same for Mikasa and Levi to defend her. Historia's baby, I still think that she got pregnant on purpose, you know, that it's a part of a plan. Which plan? With who she made it? I don't know, but I think that it is. Eren, what you said? I need more time to think about what he said. I need more time. I'm convinced that what he said was right, but that he also thinks that it's all, and I don't think so. I think that people's actions are dictated by other things than that, that you have your free will, that it's not all. And the fact that Eren, you convince yourself that it's all, I think that in a way it was because of the fact that it's easier for you. It's easier for Eren to think that people's actions are dictated like that by something else than themselves, because it's a way, you know, to not feel guilty if you're doing something to them, because you're not really doing it to them, you're doing it to the system, you know, which made them like that. It's really a way to make people non-humans, you know, like you're really, by saying that people are doing things without knowing it because of stuff which are dictated by the system, by their blood, by stuff, you're making them less humans. And that's why I think, you know, that I had this impression that he cut, you know, his feelings, and he was close to his friends, to his feelings, because he doesn't consider them anymore as humans, like he's not considering them anymore like as people who can think by themselves. And that's why also I had this impression that he was listening only to his own opinion because of that. Yes. I'm sorry, I just had that in mind, you know. Gabi, you heard all of that? Falco, he drank a little of that wine. All of them, they heard it, but they didn't transform. Maybe they are not close enough to transform. Or maybe they didn't drink enough. Maybe. Oh, these cadets. And the fact that they killed... I can't remember his name, but you know who I'm talking about. It's awful. You know, the fact to have young Survey Corps being able to do that, to obey the Jäger rationists like that, and to... I mean, a part of them, they truly believed into it, so they were okay to obey, and the other ones, they were forced to obey, to be forced to do so, to obey and to accept to do so, no matter what. It's awful, you know, boss, it's awful for Angie to see that, and it represents really, you know, what we knew of the Survey Corps before. They are trying to destroy it, what the Survey Corps are truly are. Flock, oh. I said before this episode, or during this episode, I can't remember, that I don't hate the guy, I just have trouble to appreciate him because he represents the basic dude, you know, thinking the basic stuff. Doesn't he really that far, like he really just sees his noise. I don't know if you have this expression in your country, but really the guy is not thinking really far, like the basic stuff, the basic dude. And in a way, it's important to have someone like him because, again, he represents the normal people, the basic people into this anime. But to have him in command of this milice, what he just did and how he did it and all, it's a fascist milice, you know? To kill someone just like that, to kill that soldier just like that, to make these young people obey to you, do it for you, to prove that they are with you now, and oh, a fascist action, you know, to take the power, the control by force, you know, and like that. It's a fascist milice that Flocker is commanding, but for Eren. With that conversation that he had with Armin and Mikasa, I have the impression to understand more his reasons, Eren, but it's not enough. Like, for sure, I don't feel connected with the guy anymore. I mean, since the beginning of this season 4, I said it, I had trouble to connect with him. And right there, even more, after discovering, you know, how he's thinking and what he did, you know, to escape like that, to make that terrorist attack on the government, after that, to command that to this milice, like, I have trouble to connect with the guy. But at least I understand him a little more. But again, it's not enough for me to really understand him. I want more. We saw a little, you know, that he had this conversation with Zeke. We saw that thing about the baseball. Oh, and what he said at the end, Zeke, it was something about the baseball. Xarf, I can't remember. He implied in a way, you know, saying that name. I thought that he was playing baseball, you know, with his professor or something like that. And to have that scene during that moment, for me, it made me think of Erwin, who thought about his dad, you know, the question that he asked to his dad, you know, leaving a memory like that just before dying. And for Zeke right there to have that memory, but to say to that memory, not yet, for me it's like Zeke saying, no, I'm not gonna die yet, I'm not ready to die. And we know that he doesn't have a long time to live anymore, Zeke, so... You know, I think that it was because of that, the memory and Zeke saying that. I can't make so many breaks during each episode. Like I made some during the first episode that I watched today, I made some during this episode. I still have 2 episodes to watch. I'm not gonna finish with lights. I have to stop making so many breaks during it. Yes, I'm gonna put the 4 action part for this episode on my Patreon, be sure of it. And I'm gonna watch right now the 2 next episodes. For you it's gonna be on another day. If you want, you already have these videos on my Patreon. If not, it's all for you for today, and it's all for me for now, so bye for now. Bye!
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine?
Hey.